What, therapy?
Yeah.
Why? Because I like to swing?
Yeah.
Angela, okay, hold on. There's nothing wrong with me, okay? I dated a woman and she introduced me to some friends, and before you knew it, we were all into each other.
Okay, so this was originally two videos, but I opted to just make it one because it just made the most sense. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a short for one of these topics, but regardless, we're talking about Bryce and whether or not he may attend therapy sessions with Dr. Reed, because it just seems to me that Angela seems to be suggesting that, Bryce should go to therapy. But, because originally it was like, okay, here's a video. Why did Angela suggest that Bryce attend therapy? And then another one, will Bryce go to therapy? And I'm like, I could just make it one video. Personally, it almost feels like, Angela wants to be with Bryce, kind of like in a Sabrina Calvin way. But she wants the Bryce that she thought she was dating up until the point where he made a move on Zach, and then she found out about his kinks and whatnot. So it's almost like Bryce is the car she loves to drive, but there are some issues that she has with it. So she wants to send the car to the mechanic, in this case Dr. Reed, to, pun intended, get any sort of malfunctions or kinks out of the system. And then once everything is repaired, she'll get back in the car again to drive around like everything, is just fine. There are no more problems. Which is kind of, Angela was definitely giving Fatima vibes here in regards to, yeah, my man needs therapy, but I don't need therapy because there's nothing wrong with me. And obviously, Fatima's case is just slightly different, at least at the beginning. At the beginning of season 2, after Zach had the breakdown when his mom left him in the store, she said, like, hey, that's a heavy topic. You need to talk with somebody because I love you. I want to stick by you. But there are some things that, that you have trauma that I myself can't repair. I can't fix it. So please go see someone because we're going to start a life together, a family and whatnot. We got to be at our best. So later on, when, Fatima goes to see Dr. Reed and whatnot, that's when she says, like, oh, I don't have a problem. Everything's fine with me. It's him. It's all him. And it kind of gives me the same vibe, as what Angela was putting out there in this particular episode. Because, Bryce, he's like, look, there's nothing wrong with me, Angela. It's like, I was dating a woman at the time, and she introduced me to some of her friends, and it turns out the friends were into swinging. And once we started, I got into the swing of things myself. So I know what I like. So it almost seems like, again, Angela is being oblivious to any sort of issues or self-confidence, issues that she's going through. And she just wants Bryce to, become the man that she wants in order to date him. And like Bryce called her out for, was like, wait, so you miss me or something? Because it just doesn't make sense to me, the amount of times where it's like Angela made it clear, yeah, so me and you, we're just not going to work, Bryce, because you're into some stuff that I'm not into. And then, as soon as he gets his little box and he's thrown out because, oh, wow, I thought you said we can be friends. I changed my mind. What about hanging out and talking? No, I don't want to do that. Okay. And then all of a sudden, imagine if you were Bryce in that situation, like, forget the whole kinks and whatnot, but let's just say someone you've been dating for, it hasn't been an extended amount of time, maybe, a couple weeks and whatnot, because Angela said it's rather new, but, she's really feeling this guy. But let's just say you and a person have been pretty tight for, let's say, 3 weeks or so. And then out of nowhere, this person, like, decides to break up with you, gives you back all your things, and, says, like, you know what, bump that, we can still be friends crap, I'm done. But then, like, an hour or so later, they call you to come back over or whatever, and then it's, like, to talk and whatnot, and it's like, so what's going on here? Like, what do you want from me? I mean, do you want me to be in your life or not? Like, why are you still calling me to come over to talk when you toss me to the curb? Like, what's going on with that? So I really do feel like Angela should be making up her mind for what she wants, because I feel like maybe she just likes Bryce that much, but not. It's almost like the situation where Lois Lane is falling in love with Superman, but she doesn't like Clark Kent, So it's like I don't want to say fall in love, but Angela really digs Bryce, but doesn't like the, other side of his, personality. So it's almost like, she wants to date the part of him that she likes, but she wants him to get rid of the side of himself that she isn't too fond of, while ignoring her own issues. As, Dr. Reed said, the colorful outfits, the expensive clothing, the hair, the makeup, it's like you're hiding behind that as opposed to showing who you really are. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Maybe we'll see how things turn out later in the season. But we do know at some point these two will get back together at some point, since they seem rather chummy, in some of the promotional photos for the back half of season 2. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about Bryce attending therapy. Do you think he'll go? Do you think he needs to go? I mean, if nothing else, he just needs to stop making moves on people who make it clear that he's straight. I mean, they're straight, but hey. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.